So as I come over here and I sit in my captain's chair, I have to say, so we have a college loan debt crisis. I tell you what, might I ask whose fault that is? Well, I think we need to go back about 50 years ago. People had good jobs, and then time went by. And basically parents forced all their kids to go to college to pursue careers that pretty much are all out of date now and don't pay anywhere near what they did back then. Or most of your college programs are things that 50 years ago were hobbies that have become forgotten, and basically the school tricked you into it and you accumulated massive debt, learning a bunch of crap that used to be free, and they got you full of debt that way. So anyway, essentially what I'm trying to say here is that a lot of you went to college for fields that are out of date, saturated, meaning they're so full of people you can't get a job there, and they pay 1/10 what they used to when your parents had them. I tell you what, the 21st century is supposed to be the year of it's supposed to be the century of outside the box thinking, to make your life easier and more enjoyable. But instead we got cell phones that are dominating us and destroying our society and lives and making us all miserable. Texting and driving is killing people left and right. I tell you what, the invention of the cell phone was meant to make things easier instead of making things more difficult. It pretty much had the exact opposite of what we were promised from the last 50 years. The 21st century is supposed to be the century of outside-the-box thinking to make your lives easier. Which, did that happen? No. Everybody's in debt, people are miserable, people are dying. And for some reason, even the most educated people just can't see what the problem is. I don't know what's going on here. Either stupid's contagious or we're screwed. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm screwed like the furnace just kicked on there. So anyway, I tell you what, in the 21st century, the place to work is shipping, trades, essential trades, and real estate, because that's the people that are benefiting from everybody else's loss. Things are breaking into people's houses, they need a repairman to fix it. They call a repairman, the repairmen are the ones making the money. And might I ask why all you people are in loan debt, but yet you're calling for higher taxes and social systems that basically do not benefit you when you actually need them. And hence everybody calling them and they get denied and denied and denied and they never get them. These taxes are self-inflicted on the people that are trying to pay off their student loan debt, as if that's helping you. Oh, but then their regulations are making it tougher for you to get jobs, and you're getting paid less and less because the company has to make ends meet. You see where we're going here. You really got to think about what you're doing and how it's going to affect you. Seriously. I never went to college. I went to tech school, and then I went to Toronto Tech for a year. And you see, I had pretty much endless skill. While people that had straight A's when I was in school are struggling and going absolutely nowhere and biting the dust. And I tell you what, for some of you people out there, marriage and having kids is not meant to happen in your life. You do not have the mindset or level of dedication to make marriage or even having a family work. You might as well not even try, and who actually says you have to be married and have kids? Unfortunately, that way of life is outdated for a lot of people. You have autism and things like that. People don't have the mindset and dedication for the way of life like that. I tell you what, if you're already in debt, you're pretty much screwed. The kids are just going to give you more debt, more debt, more debt, and it just adds up and you go nowhere. I tell you what, if you try, you can see people are trying to live like their parents did, which they can't, and they're failing. And the more they try, the more it ends up fighting in tears and going nowhere. Who actually says you have to be married and all that? Nobody does. Your life is up to you. Most kids went to college because their parents forced them to go there for fields that they worked in, which pretty much do nothing to that. Like I said, the 21st century is a century of outside-the-box thinking and doing things differently to make your life easier and more enjoyable. Is anybody doing that? No, they're going out and finding ways to make it worse. And you see people in massive college debt, and every break they have at work, they're going out to Starbucks spending like $50 a day. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. I mean, I'll tell you what. And then you go past these like welfare apartments and that, they got more Amazon boxes and crap sitting out than the six-figure neighborhoods. I mean, I'm not lying about that. I'll tell you what, you think coronavirus is so bad. I mean, cigarettes have been killing millions for years. And the only reason they're legal is because they get a fortune from the taxes. The government does, government benefits. I mean, cigarettes have killed more people than anything. I ain't gonna lie. But somehow it's still legal. I mean, I will never understand that. I mean, can you see where I'm coming from there? Same thing with the lottery. You see them people, they go to the beer, butts, and butt stores and that, and they cash their paycheck there, and they get about $50 from the lottery tickets. I know, because when I'm riding my bike out there, every convenience store about a quarter mile away, there's scratch-off tickets all over the road that people just scratch off and throw out the window. I'll tell you what, I see this on trash area everywhere I walk. There's masks, rags, bottles, beer cans, crap all up and down the streets. I mean, it is ridiculous. I don't know how hard it is for you people to take the stuff home and throw it away there. I will never understand that. Well, Glenn Frey said it make it harder than it has to be. I mean, and that's some good life advice right for you. I don't know what else I can say. You see that Amazon commercial, look how cheap it is, look how cheap it is. No, I say look at all the businesses that are closing left and right because people are buying shit crap online. Sorry. Can't swear on this, we're right in public here. I mean, this is common sense people are struggling with. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about this. I mean, I'll tell you what, I am so glad I went to the cheap trade school. I got endless skill and no debt, and I don't know what else I can say. I mean, I'm not trying to gloat here or, I mean, the facts are starting to mount here and you can see it. I mean, I'll tell you what, if they want to fix everything, dump that income tax. Give everyone all their hard-earned money. They'll go out and spend it in the economy, and it'll fix everything. So what? We're going to borrow billions of dollars so the income taxes can go up for decades to come. I mean, that's not going to fix it. Dump the income tax so people have their money back in their pockets. They'll go out there and rebuild the economy. All the businesses that are screwed. I mean, stimulus checks are not the way to go. They're not. What, you're going to borrow money so we can pay it off for the rest of our lives? Dump the income tax and fix it now. I mean, geez, it's only common sense. Dump the income tax and raise other taxes like the sales tax accordingly. I mean, it'll be booming overnight and fixed. I mean, I don't know what is so difficult about that. Dump the income tax for a couple of years. Give everybody back their money they had to give to you. And it'll be fixed. And they'll go out, they'll pay their, so does it make sense to raise income tax while people are struggling to pay rent and all that stuff and loans? When, you can see where I'm going, I'm getting frustrated, I'm pissed off. So let's raise taxes on every single person that's struggling to pay their loans and rent and that, and we can borrow all the money and then pay it back. I mean, you see it. It's just stupid. I mean, I'm so frustrated I can't even concentrate right now. I mean, it's just pissing me off. I mean, jeez. Oh, I tell you what, I lose my train of thought. I'm so pissed off. I mean, why are you voting for people that are raising the taxes on people that are already struggling? I mean, money is not free. Nothing is. Somebody has to pay for it. I mean, nothing is free. Somebody has to pay for it. I'll tell you what, the student loan people that are trying to waive off the loans and that, They won't let anybody that has a job that's trying to pay off student loans get a break. They won't tell them the stuff they need to know, and basically the lazy people that are sitting on their ass doing nothing are getting all the breaks. And then people that actually worked and are trying to get somewhere, they get higher taxes and no break. I mean, you've got to start rewarding the hardworking people. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I tell you what, the failure starts in public education. I tell you what, I need to build a big mobile in here that has like the words stupidity, negativity, bad judgment, and rumors. And it would just have all those words just floating around here. I mean, so what, we live life off of rumors and hearsay? I mean, do we try anything out for ourselves? You see people walking around Walmart. Where can I find this? Where can I find that? Where can I find this? I'll tell you what, why don't you Google it or just, I mean, I don't know. You know, if you work in utilities and they say transmission or residential, go to transmission because you don't want to deal with these people out there. I mean, people are ridiculous. I tell you what, I want to know how these people that came and changed a light switch know how all the energy works, because they don't. I mean, you people don't know how energy works, you know. I mean, you're just making a problem for yourselves. You got people that have never worked a day in these fields trying to regulate them, and they don't know what they're doing. I mean, I tell you, that's another world itself right there. I mean, yeah, there's things like electricity and railroads out there that people use on a daily basis that have no idea about, and they don't like them, and they say, hey, we need to like limit this and limit that. And the next thing you know, your shipping costs for everything are going up. I'll tell you what, I do shop on eBay, but maybe 2 things a year, and that's it. I don't buy things on Amazon, I never did. I don't have a cell phone, and I tell you what, when I'm out there watching trains, I don't even have a goddamn watch on. I mean, I don't even carry a goddamn watch. I just have my 2 cameras and the wallet. I mean, and water. I'll tell you what, if you want to be awake through the day, I say lots of water and carbohydrates. Stay away from all sugars and caffeine. I mean, coffee is really the reason why you're so tired, because it just hides your tiredness, and you get addicted to it, and you need it every time you want to stay awake, and it just kind of has the opposite effect. You build a tolerance for it, and then it doesn't really do much. I say lots of water and carbohydrates. I mean, I got like 10 minutes of sleep a day. And you see what I'm doing, all this physical labor and walking around outside, watching trains all day. I'll tell you what, people like me that are very muscular, that have no fat, we sweat really bad. Because the muscles do not retain water, and they do not retain energy. I mean, that's the theory I've come up with, doing all this stuff. I tell you, I need continuous water and energy from food. I tell you what, I don't have an ounce of fat on me, where fat kind of retains water and holds your energy. I tell you what, I'm a little bit different. I'm way too active. 10 minutes of sleep a day, massive physical labor all day long, yeah, I almost never sleep. All I drink is water and eat carbs. I try to stay away from as much sugar and caffeine as I can. I've also not gone out to eat since 2005. It saves me a fortune. I tell you what, I make meals from scratch. I mean, alright, I think I said enough there. Anyway, good luck out there. I'll tell you what, I remember my homeroom teacher, he used to hold us till he dismissed us. My God, that caused so much frustration.